Okay, this is the Junior Suite Swim Up room with a pool view, or the lazy river view. As we first enter the room, it's your typical resort hotel room. You have your standard locks, and to the right you have your room service tray cabinet, where the staff will take your used dirty room service dishes, just put them in there, turn the lock, and it lights up the keypad outside so the staff knows that you have dirty dishes to take. There's also a sensor up top there that lets the sensor outside know that there's dirty dishes in here. You get your standard light controls on the left here. And to the right you have a closet. It automatically turns on. And in your closet, you'll have your standard hotel stuff. They provide you with an umbrella, laundry bags, hangers, robes, a luggage rack, drawers for storage, a room safe, and a steamer for your clothes. Nothing special, but it's there if you need it. Now to your left is your bathroom. To the left is the keypad that turns on all those lights I was just turning on. So for starters, you have your fogged glass here, your frosted glass for your toilet. So you have some privacy. It is one of those low flow toilets. So about 2 flushes should do it, depending on what kind of day you had. And again, it's frosted glass for your privacy. It is meant for 2 people, this room, so you have your dual sinks. Underneath they offer your amenities like towels, tissue paper, scale if you wish, slippers, and a hair dryer, which is a very good hair dryer. My wife can attest to that. Storage is on the side. Mirrors. One thing you'll notice, it is like a split mirror situation where you could still see into the room from the bathroom. I mean, that's okay. It's not the best thing, but there's a couple reasons why it stinks. And the first reason is, if you notice, you could see right outside the room to the pool area. Now, if those shades were open and the blackout curtain was open and these lights back here were all on, people from the outside can see directly into your bathroom if you're back here. So that takes away a lot of the privacy. So always make sure you have your shades drawn if you're going to be back here getting undressed or whatever in the bathroom area, because people can seriously look right into your room. It's very obvious. And again, your multinational light sockets for wherever you may be from. Now, the best part about the bathroom is the very large rain shower. So here's where your towels are, and there's a seat or a bench there for whatever you may need, and a very nice rain shower. The water pressure is great. The water does not get very hot, but it gets warm enough. After all, how hot do you need it? It's 90 degrees outside. And it does also come with a shower head or wand, whatever you may call it, for cleaning needs. You can also use it to rinse down the shower when you're done if you get it all soapy. There is also a viewing window for your partner's pleasure if that's what you're into, so they can watch their favorite show while you clean up. Shows right into the bedroom. It does fog up pretty quick though when you got the shower going, so they gotta hurry up and get it viewing in while they can. One thing that does stink about the shower, if you use that wand to try to, clean off the shower when you're done to get all the soap everywhere out of here, do not spray the glass door, because you'll notice the separations in between the door and the glass panels. Water will just pour into the bathroom area. Even though there's a ledge right here, it still just finds its way into the bathroom area. So what we always do is, no matter what, we always just lay a towel down right here for when we walk out to catch any water that drips off us or may run into the bathroom area from the shower. A very nice shower though. Making our way into the rest of the room, you have a control panel to the left. Now you may notice, what are these? Well, I'll show you. This button right here is your do not disturb placard. They don't put the placards on the door anymore. You have these panels. There's a panel similar to this on the outside of your hotel room that lets the staff know to not disturb you, or if you want maid service. Then here's also your thermostat and light controls for your room, and some more separate light controls for your room. And as you make your way further in, you have your mini bar on the right. It comes pre-stocked with various wines and liquors, your glasses, and then you also have a level for coffees and teas and your coffee makers. We just had ours refilled, that's why there's a lot of extra stuff here. So you got your coffee cups, your coffee maker, your coffees, your teas, what have you. And then at the bottom is your mini fridge with your basic Mexican beers, snacks, orange juices, soda pops, and of course your water, because you don't want to be dehydrated down here. And it's good water, so feel free to drink it. Just a little heads up, you get a red wine, a white wine, a tequila, a vodka, and a rum. Now, if you do not care for any of these selections here, you can ring up the hotel services and you can exchange any of these bottles for a different flavor or brand that you prefer. They will take your other bottle though and exchange it, so you can't be stockpiling bottles. Same goes for when you run out of a bottle. You have to give them the empty bottle and they'll give you a fresh bottle, so you're not stockpiling bottles and taking them home or whatever. Some more luggage storage area, drawers. You got your ice bucket with your tongs and your bottle opener, which is very nice. A desk area if you decide to work remote. A nice flat screen TV. It's very good, you know, it's just a regular TV. It does have the adult channels for those who are interested, so keep that in mind when you come here. Every room does include its own hot tub as well. It has a shade for privacy and for the outside, and you also have your blackout curtains for bedtime, because there is not a blackout curtain on this shade, so you'll have to close this blackout curtain and that blackout curtain for privacy when you go to bed. I have not used the hot tub yet. They do include the towels, and there is a step up here with a handrail, so be careful. Don't slip and kill yourself. From what I have heard from other people who are at the resort, the hot tub in the room is not very powerful and the water is not very hot. I have not used it again. I'll try it later, but from what I've heard, it's not worth it. Don't waste your time. Go use the hot tubs that are outside around all the pools if you really want a hot tub. Again, it's 90 degrees outside. Who needs a hot tub? Then you have your couch and your chair and a table if you wish to be inside. When we arrived, because we're Excellence members and this is our third time staying at an Excellence resort, we had a fruit spread, champagne. They, you know, prettied it up for our welcoming area. I saved the ice bucket because even though it's kind of melted now, this ice bucket holds a ton of ice, which we go through fast. And the ice bucket they provide you is very, very small and doesn't really hold any ice. So I just saved the big ice bucket that the champagne came in, and I go upstairs to the first floor because we are on the ground floor. In Mexico, it's the ground floor, then the first floor, not first floor, second floor. And that's where the ice machine is, upstairs on the first floor. A mirror for viewing pleasure or when you're getting dressed. And then a nightstand comes with a nice dresser. And it comes with your landline if you want to ring up room service or the hotel services. Then on your nightstand, there is also more controls for the room, your thermostat controls. And again, your ceiling fan controls and your maid service and do not disturb controls. And they also have many outlets, USB outlets, USB-C outlets, and regular outlets for all your charging needs for all your devices. One thing to note too, just like many resorts all around the world, the thermostat does shut off when the patio door opens. So there's a sensor in the patio door, I believe it's right down there, that when the patio door is open, it will turn off the air conditioner to save on energy. So if it gets too cold for whatever reason, you could go ahead and crack the patio door open, or just turn the thermostat off, AC off at the thermostat controls. And you'll notice we have a king-size bed in this room. The beds come in two different options here at this resort. You can get one king-size bed or two double beds. We got the king. It is a firmer mattress than most would prefer. It's not very soft, but it is what it is. Again, it is a okay room. You have a ceiling fan if you wish. Like I said, this is a swim-up pool view room. Now, there's many people outside, so I'm not going to show you what's going on for their privacy. But as you can kind of see through the curtains, you have a table and chairs on your patio. You have a day bed, and you have your own patio chairs on your deck. And then just in front of the deck is the lazy river or pool. So you can go right from your room into the water, and then across the pool, bathrooms, a bar right in front of the room, which is great, and then hot tubs, and you could just go around the pool if you wish. Now, I mentioned there are a couple things that aren't great with the room, one of them being that split mirror situation where people can see into your room if your curtains are open. The second problem with the room we found out at night are these sensors down here. There's one sensor down there on this side of the bed, and there is another sensor here on this side of the bed. Now, these are motion sensors, and what they do is at night, after you've turned everything off, so we'll go to the bathroom here, we'll turn all the lights off, and I'll walk by this sensor here. I don't know if it'll do it because it's daytime, if it has another sensor somewhere, but I'll try to trigger it. Okay, it's not doing it, probably because it's daytime, but those motion sensors in the middle of the night, they turn on the toilet light. So in the middle of the night, you will get that toilet room light turned on. And you may think, oh, it's just got frosted glass, it won't be that bad. Wrong. That light lights up your whole frickin' room. So if you're sleeping, your partner's sleeping in the middle of the night, you get up to go to the bathroom, or one of them gets up to go to the bathroom, be expected to have light turned on and you be woken up and get annoyed. Now, I'm sure they did that so you can see where you're going, so you don't bump into things in an unfamiliar setting. I get that. That's fine. But I have not found a way to turn off those sensors, and we've been here almost a week. So it's very annoying in the middle of the night for both of us when someone has to go to the bathroom. But then again, what else can I say about this room? It's a very nice room. It's in the 6,000 block of rooms, so the 6,000 building. And again, you have the lazy river right across from your room. If you're sitting outside, they do have bar service, so they do have waiters walking up to each room, so you can get a drink sent to you while you're sitting outside, or you can use your mini bar. Here's a nice little better view. There's the bar straight across. Then there's bathrooms over there. And then the pool is just a lazy river. It goes that way and it loops around to the left. There's a little bit of a current. So it's very nice. But that's it, folks. That is the Junior Suite Swim Up with a pool view and a king-size bed. It's a very nice room. It's, you know, it's real good for what it is. You know, it's just a hotel room and you're spending half the time outside anyway and you're drunk half the time anyway. But that's it. Any questions? Please leave them down in the comments. Like and subscribe and share for future videos. And I'll do what I can to inform you people so you make a pretty good decision when you book your next vacation. Real quick, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention a couple things that I just thought of as soon as I turned the camera off. One thing is, I mentioned this is your landline where you can call room service up. Room service is 24/7. You can view the menu on your Excellence app on your phone. So you just go to your phone and then there is a room service menu, and that'll be your menu for room service. There is a separate room service menu for non-Excellence Club members and a separate menu for Excellence Club members. There's really no difference between the two. The Excellence Club member room service just has like 1 or 2 extra options. Other than that, it's like 95% the exact same 24/7, so don't worry about it. You're not missing out on anything special. Secondly, that I forgot to tell you guys about, you will see these placards in every bathroom, English and Spanish, basically just saying there's a water shortage going on or they want to save water. So whenever you're done with any of your towels, just throw them on the floor. Any towels left on the floor will be picked up by room or maid service and replaced with clean, fresh ones. Any towels being hung up to dry on the racks, they will leave to dry and assume you want to reuse them to help them save on water. After all, I mean, if you're just drying yourself off, it's only clean water anyway, so you might as well help out. Try to save some water so they don't have to always keep washing the clothes or towels. Just, you know, do your part down while you're down here. Was there anything else I forgot to mention while I got the camera out? Well, if I forget, I will let you know in a second. Thanks. Good morning. Real quick, I just wanted to give you a view of our outside while everybody's asleep and there's no public in the camera. So like I said, you get your table and chairs, a daybed and pillows, your patio chairs, and you have the view of the pool or lazy river right in front of you. And again, straight ahead's the bathrooms. There's a bar right there, and you are free to jump in the pool and go about your day. And again, this is a pool view. There's the spa back there, that big white building. So we don't have a spa view, we have a pool view. And that way is the ocean. But just want to give you a little look at that before everyone wakes up while there's still privacy around here. And let's go do a tour of the hotel. Hey everyone, just a quick update. I tried the hot tub out for myself and it gets super hot and the jets are super powerful. It is well worth the effort to fill it up. So try it out for yourself. Don't take anyone else's word for it except my own. Okay, thanks. Okay, this is the main entrance where when you arrive you're greeted with some bottom shelf Brut sparkling white wine. And as you make your way into the lobby, to the left is the check-in desk. You're allowed to check in prior to your room being ready and still enjoy the amenities of the resort. To the right back there is the concierge desk. And while you wait for your room to get ready, all rooms are guaranteed to be ready by 3 p.m. If they are ready, you are allowed to go into your room and relax and enjoy the resort. If not, you have to wait. They will hold your luggage for you and deliver it to your room when your room is ready. But until then, feel free to go and enjoy the resort. As we make our way to the right, the first restaurant we come across is Chez Isabelle. It is the French restaurant, incredibly good, delicious, usually a long wait, so you want to try to get there when they open on the days that they are open. You'll notice there's not many people around because this is being recorded at about 6 a.m. to try to minimize people being in the camera if they don't want to be part of the video. So that is why the resort looks empty right now. As we make our way to the other side of the lobby, you'll have 2 elevator banks right there to take you up and down if you need so. And just next to the elevator bank is the restaurant Spice. This is the Japanese hibachi restaurant. This is the only restaurant you need to make reservations for because of the hibachi grill. So you have to make those at least 1 day in advance, and hopefully they have room for you. So do not forget to make reservations for Spice if you want to have the Japanese hibachi for dinner. Continuing through the lobby, we make our way to the main staircase. As we go down the main staircase, you'll notice a bar right ahead of you. Everyone is welcome to hit that bar up right upon arrival, because like I said, you're free to enjoy the resort once you check in. And as you go down the main staircase, you'll notice to the left is another restaurant. That is the Grill. That is the steakhouse of the restaurant. No reservations needed. Usually also a long wait for this restaurant, so try to get there when they open on the days that they are open. It's very good. I recommend the Porterhouse. And going back to the bottom floor of the lobby, there's the bottom floor for the elevators, so you know where you exit and enter. And towards the very back to the left are the bathrooms. You'll notice I'm saying when the restaurants are open. Every restaurant has certain days where they are closed, probably for cleaning and restock and maintenance or whatever. So just keep that in mind. You can check the schedules on the Excellence app on your phone. Past the bathrooms, in the red sort of building, is the restaurant Sports Bar. It's basically an American bar. It's got a bar in the middle with pool tables in there and sport TVs all around the bar. So just your average American sports bar where you can get burgers, hot dogs, fries, anything normal bar food. And continuing through the lobby again, we make our way over to the right, and that dark room in the front is the gift shop. It is currently closed because, like I said, this is being filmed early. And just like any resort gift shop, you'll see in a minute, and to the right, you have your season expeditions where you can go do activities or get your season's photo shoot out of the way if you prefer to rent a photographer and take pictures of you and your significant other. And in the gift shop, you'll notice I'm focusing on those suntan lotion bottles. Just to give you a set, those are $40 a piece, so that'll give you an idea of a typical gift shop in the resort. And now we're coming up on Aroma Coffee Shop, which is probably the most popular spot in the entire resort when it is open. You will spend most of your time at Aroma Coffee Shop because it is open almost every day, all day, for coffee and snacks. And this is the main area of the resort, basically the main square. There's a bar to the left, a stage directly ahead of you, and a big theater to the right of you. This is where all the main parties at night, all the entertainment is hosted. And every Thursday they do their Mexican Fiesta buffet here as well. Also, some entertainment is held at the main pool, which we'll get to there in a moment. But this is the big entertainment area where all the parties happen at night. And here is the theater. There's a main stage directly in the middle up front. And there's also a smaller stage to the left you kind of cannot see, but we have seen it in use. And on rain days, if there is something scheduled to be outside in the main square, it will be held in this arena here in the theater. So rain days won't be a problem for the resort. And this is a gigantic bar ahead of it to the right of the theater. So everyone will get a drink when the theater is up and running. So as you make your way past the theater and the bathrooms for the theater, you'll find yourself headed towards the fitness center tucked away towards the back of the resort. Now this is a very nice fitness center compared to other fitness centers I've seen at similar resorts. And I will show you why in a quick second as we make our way inside this particular fitness center. Now as you can see, it's a very large fitness center. It has everything you'd expect at a gym back home and more. There's a nice aerobics studio where they offer Pilates classes during certain hours or certain days. Plenty of free weights, plenty of cardio equipment, plenty of weight machines. There's also an attendant on duty during normal working hours to keep the place clean, keep the alcohol wipes stocked, and instruct you as needed. I'm trying to keep people out of frame because there are people in the gym this early, trying to be respectful. There's your towels there to dry off. They have a juice fridge, a water dispenser. So everything you'd expect at a gym and more for during and after your workout. The only thing they don't have is a bathroom. So as you make your way back through the theater, just before hitting the main square where entertainment takes place, you'll go right. And as you make your way right, you'll run across two more restaurants, the Indian restaurant Basmati and the Mexican restaurant Agave. Now, I do believe I forgot to mention, almost every restaurant here requires a dress code for both men and women. Men have to have closed-toed shoes, pants, and a collared shirt. And women can basically wear whatever they want as long as it's not just a bathing suit or a bikini to the restaurants. Now, as you make your way from those restaurants back through the main square, you'll notice Aroma Coffee Shop just opened up. Now, I slowed the video down because I have a lot to say about this place. Now, you will spend most of your snack time and drink time going to and from Aroma Coffee Shop. They are open every single day, almost all day. And as you make your way inside, it's like a regular coffee shop. They have tables you can sit down and relax and enjoy your coffee. They have a full coffee bar. You can get hot coffee, iced coffee, frappes, mochachinos, cappuccinos, espressos, whatever you want. And they also have a frozen dessert bar. Now, if you're familiar with most resorts, you'll think this is gelato. Wrong. There are sorbets on the left, and as you make your way right, those are what they call ice cream. There is no gelato at this resort. And another word of warning, what they consider ice cream is not ice cream. It is that cheap ice milk dessert, kind of similar to what Dairy Queen tried to pull one over on us a few years ago back in America. It's not real ice cream. It doesn't taste very good at all. Don't be fooled. So I wouldn't recommend any of the frozen dairy treats at this resort. Next, Aroma has this beautiful display of pastries. All these pastries are terrible. Don't eat any of the pastries unless they have the pink square donuts or the white circle donuts. Those are delicious. And as we make our way to the second display cabinet over here with more pastries, all these other pastries are also quite terrible, except the one pastry I sort of zoom in on, and that is going to be the cranberry muffins with the cream cheese in them, just to the left right there. Those are the only delicious muffin pastry in this display cabinet, and those are always the first to go. So if you see one, grab one, because they will be gone the next time you look for them. And making your way further down the snack bar of the coffee shop, They have plenty of lovely juices, fresh fruits, yogurts. They even have some sandwiches, which are all pretty good. You got to open the door up because of the condensation from the coolers. But like I said, fresh fruits, yogurts, plenty of juices, parfaits even, which are delicious, yogurt parfaits, sandwiches, and other kinds of cold treats, which aren't very good either, to be honest with you. The chocolate donuts, though, up in the very top right corner on the top shelf, those are phenomenal. They are similar to Entenmann's donuts back home in America. These are even better. Those are phenomenal chocolate donuts. So if you find them, grab them because, again, you will not find them. They are terrific. Other than that, enjoy your coffee and enjoy Aroma. So as we leave Aroma Coffee Shop and make our way back to the main lobby, we'll head out to the resort and get on the main path. And from there we'll take a left and make our way down to the Kitchen Table restaurant, which is known for being the breakfast buffet. And it's also open for lunch and dinner. Now, it looks like there's a line out front usually, but there never really is. You're just required to give them your room number. Same for every restaurant before they seat you at a table. There's the entrance right there, as you can see. It's pretty good. It's an international breakfast buffet. So they have almost everything you could want, and no matter where you are from in the world. It's all right. So as you make your way down the main path past the breakfast buffet at the Kitchen Table restaurant, you'll find yourself headed towards the Lobster House restaurant, or as we jokingly call right now, the Lobsterless House restaurant. That is because we are being told it is lobster mating season, and lobster is unavailable right now in order to preserve the species. But everyone's got their own theories that they're just waiting until peak season to make lobster available for the guests who arrive in the summertime. But it's whatever. How much do you really need? There's plenty of delicious food available. And as you can see, the Lobster House restaurant is an outdoor dining experience. It is lovely because you got the view of the ocean, and it's literally surrounded by the main pool. And it is delicious. We prefer the Lobster House restaurant for breakfast over the breakfast buffet at the Kitchen Table. Everything is made fresh to order at the Lobster House. So every pancake, waffle, French toast, any omelet you make, it's all made fresh to order at the Lobster House, and it tastes 1,000% better than the stuff just put on the trays at the Kitchen Table. And as we make our way around, you'll notice there's some Excellence Club rooms and a private Excellence Club pool to the left. And to the right is the main pool. And as you can see, there's a swim-up bar directly ahead in the middle of the main pool, right underneath seating for the Lobster House restaurant. And like I said, the main pool continues around and literally surrounds the Lobster House restaurant. So as far as dining goes, the Lobster House has the best view when it comes to sitting down and enjoying your food. And continuing around the main pool, as you make your way left, you'll come across Soul Bar, which is where you can get wood-fire grilled pizzas if you wish to eat. And this is also where a variety of outdoor activities are hosted daily. Just check the Excellence app on your phone to see the schedule of events for what's going on every day. And then you can make your way down this path towards the beach, and you'll come across the only restaurant on the beach, which is Las Olas. It is a casual dining experience. It's more so for lunchtime dining, the off hours of all the other restaurants. Basically, it's where you can get a nice quick bite to eat such as like a burger or nachos, some sort of snack food, while you're waiting in between your main meals of breakfast and dinner. Still pretty good though. So if you want a quick bite, stop by Las Olas. As we make our way back up the path, we'll continue along the main pool area. And as you can see, people have already woken up at the crack of dawn to claim their beach seats by putting all their stuff on every chair, so they have it throughout the day. You'll find that's very, very common at any resort. But as you can see, the Lobster House restaurant is still surrounded by the main pool, like I was saying. So you get a pretty unique dining experience. And to the left is the ocean view with all the cabanas and lounge chairs you could ever imagine. It's very nice. Real quick, I want to mention this second half of the restaurant is Oregano Restaurant, not Lobster House. As we make our way along the main pool, you may notice there's not a lot of pool floaties, and by that I mean resort-owned flotation devices sitting around the pool. Well, that is because this resort has pretty much done away with resort-owned floaties, mostly because people were stockpiling them, not sharing them, and they're causing a big problem and a bottleneck in parts of the pools. So if you want a flotation device, it's recommended you order something small and cheap off Amazon or pick one up at Walmart in the fall in the clearance rack. But if you want a flotation device, bottom line, bring one yourself, something small that you could just inflate and throw away at the end of your trip. And here we make our way down this path to the Excellence Club section of the beach. That is a private section of the beach where you have to give your room number to enter, and they'll know if you're Excellence Club or not based on your room number. To the left, the Excellence Club is a roped off section of the beach, so Excellence Club members have cabanas and lounge chairs, so they're guaranteed spots on the beach to enjoy, while the rest of us have to wake up early with the old folks and try to claim our spots. Another thing to mention about the beach, you'll notice there are no mountains of brown seaweed this time of year. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. But as of right now, the water is crystal clear and there's not mountains of seaweed on the beach being washed up. And whatever seaweed is washed up on shore, they have it cleaned up and taken care of long before the guests wake up and you go down to the beach to enjoy it. Now, as far as Excellence Club suites go, you'll notice as we turn around here, they're towards the ends of the resort, which I'll show you later in an overview of the map. And one more thing to note, even though you are surrounded by neighboring resorts on either side, if you look up and down the beach, it's nice to notice that they are not on top of you like in Cancun, and there's also no children running around the beaches like in Cancun. So just another thing to sit back, relax, and take in the exclusivity of the adult-only all-inclusive resort. Well, thanks for watching. That was a review of a junior suite swim-up room at the Excellence Resort in Playa Mujeres, Mexico. So, we stayed between March 10th and March 16th of 2026, right when all the cartel attacks were going on in Mexico. And I figure I should mention a few wonderful things about that. We survived the cartel attacks. It was nothing to worry about. The cartel never even made it to the resorts, all the locals said. It was all in the central part of Mexico. Apparently they don't even mess with the resorts. So yeah, what was wonderful about the cartel attack in Mexico, the front desk told me the resort was completely dead for that reason. She said that pretty much once the cartel attack started happening, everybody canceled their reservations throughout all the resorts in Cancun, Playa Mujeres, that whole area. So we got really lucky. The resort was a ghost town, so we didn't have to wait for anything. We did whatever we wanted when we wanted. It was actually really nice, and there was nothing to worry about no matter what. The airport was still packed going there and leaving there, so no big deal. Another thing to mention about the resort, the food quality. Apparently, you know, everywhere's going to heck in a handbasket around the world, even in Mexico now too. The food quality compared to previous times we were at these Excellence resorts was pretty bad. You'll notice the only good food was around dinner time, the main meals, but as far as breakfast goes, the food quality was pretty cheap crap. Lunchtime, it was just cheap crap. No one really eats lunch at the resort anyway. Everyone's too busy drinking and hanging out. The room service, though, was actually probably some of the best food we had. One thing to note, if you're going to stay in your room and get room service, get the hamburger. I know it sounds silly. You're paying all that money to go to an all-inclusive resort. Get the hamburger. It was fantastic compared to all the other food. The restaurants, pretty much any restaurant for dinner time, was excellent quality food. Like I said, they saved all the good food for the restaurants at dinner time. Every other meal wasn't so great. But like I said, for breakfast, that lobster bar, go there for breakfast. Don't go to the buffet for breakfast. The lobster bar, everything is made fresh for breakfast, and it tastes a heck of a lot better than all the pre-made garbage at the buffet. So just keep that in mind. Know where to eat so you don't fill up on garbage. And this way you can maximize your drinking and eating the good stuff throughout your visit there. Let's see, what else was there to talk about? Oh yeah, I mentioned the entertainment. The entertainment, they had a show every night, every single day. Depending on what it was, we found it kind of lacking. The only really good night, I guess we could say, was I think every Thursday they do a Mexican fiesta buffet. That was kind of fun because it kind of puts you into the local atmosphere. That was nice. But as far as the entertainment goes, like the music selection and the entertainment, it's pretty much just a DJ. And they're just spinning a bunch of randomly selected songs from all genres, all decades. It really wasn't that great. We found ourselves going to bed by like 9, 10 o'clock anyway because the entertainment was just not worth staying up for. But you never know. I mean, you have enough drinks in you, you might like whatever they put in front of you. But we didn't really care for any of the entertainment. It was more fun during the day just doing what you wanted and doing any of the activities they had set up every day around the resort. The beach this time, the beach was fantastic. There was none of that seaweed. What little seaweed there was washed up on shore, they cleaned up early in the morning before you even woke up and got down to the beach. The water was crystal clear. The water wasn't brown like it usually is when there's those mountains of seaweed washing in from Africa. The beach was fantastic. And of course the water was ambient temperature and beautiful, crystal clear. The beach this time was fantastic. So we got really lucky without the seaweed there. What sucked about the beach though, I don't know what the heck they're called. Sand fleas, sand ticks, whatever the hell they're called. There's some bugs in the sand. I swear to God. Because every time I would walk onto the beach, go in the ocean for a swim, come back out, my ankles and legs were all bit up the next day and it itched like heck. So I avoided the beach after the second day because my ankles and legs got so bit up by whatever the heck kind of bugs live in those sands. Just keep that in mind. If you go in the sand, you're going to leave all bit up like you got attacked by mosquitoes back here in America. It sucked. Okay, another thing to note, in the video I showed you the room service and the housekeeping light buttons outside and inside of the room to alert the staff whether you need cleaning or do not disturb. There's a third button on there you'll see for room service. Every room has a room service tray pickup cabinet by the entry door. And there's a little sensor in there that turns on when you put dishes and stuff in there to let the staff know as they're cleaning throughout the day to, hey, pick up your used dishes and stuff. Ours was broken. So they let our dishes pile up for several days if we got room service. And I finally would have to call the front desk to tell them, hey, come pick this stuff up. So keep an eye out for broken room service sensors in those little dish pickup cabinets in your room, because it does add up, and it does get kind of gross in there. Let's see, what else was there? Remember I talked about the coffee shop for a long time? I wasn't kidding. You're going to spend a lot of time at the coffee shop because it's open almost all day, and everybody wants their coffee. I was not kidding. There is no ice cream on that resort. There's no gelato, no ice cream. All the frozen desserts are that crappy ice milk, frozen ice milk stuff. It's like ice chips. It's that crap that Dairy Queen tried pushing off in America a couple years ago when everybody stopped going, when they were trying to really cheap out on junk. And if you notice now in all the grocery stores in America, all the ice cream's called frozen dessert because it's not technically ice cream anymore. So don't bother with any of the not gelato or the not ice cream at that resort. It's all garbage. Trust me, it sucks. And all those pastries in the cabinet, they all suck too. They look good. They're terrible. Don't waste your time. Don't fill up on that garbage. Like I said, the only things you can fill up on are those cranberry muffins. Those are terrific. Those Entenmann's looking chocolate donuts in the cooler, those are terrific as well. It's like a better Entenmann's because they don't put all the artificial crap in their food down there. It's really good. And they have these square strawberry donuts. Those are really good too. Get those. But yeah, real disappointing with the ice cream, but whatever. How much do you really need? You know, just drink your head away down there. The gift shop, just like any tourist gift shop, it's a ripoff. Don't bother going in there. Just for giggles, I asked a lady at the register how much was just a bottle of sunblock, and she said it was $41 for just a bottle of Banana Boat SPF 30. So let that set a standard for you. Bring your own sunblock, because they're going to get you. The airport was really the only snafu when we were leaving. When we were coming in, the airport was fine, like it always is. Of course, when you land there, you know, you're greeted with the cheaper side of the souvenirs and the alcohol and cigarettes. And it's a lot more smooth sailing going in. I did get stopped by customs. Pretty much the guy just opened my suitcase, looked at it, and closed it. He didn't care. I could have smuggled whatever I wanted into Mexico. Leaving the airport, though, it sucked. Even the TSA lines are starting to get backed up down there, too. I don't know how they're affected by the crap we got going on, or maybe they're just cheaping out on staff as well. It moved pretty quick, though, so keep that in mind. Just, you know, get there ahead of time like you're supposed to, and the lines do move. And again, there's really nowhere to sit in that airport. Hopefully your plane doesn't get delayed, and they get people moving in and out. Don't bother buying anything in the airport either when you're leaving, because it's the same price in Mexico, in the exiting side of the Cancun airport, as it is back home in America. So don't think you're getting a deal. You're not getting a deal anymore when you're leaving. You're only getting the deal when you're coming in. And don't waste your money at those stupid restaurants like the Jimmy Buffett or the Bubblegum Shrimp. You'll pay like $1,000 for 4 people. I think there's a thing going on around the line about someone posting their tab, and it's ridiculous. So don't waste your money. But other than that, that seems to be all the honorable mentions I have that I really didn't do in the video. Would I go back? I probably would go back to that resort. We're going to try to go back to some other Excellence properties. But if I had the choice, I wouldn't right away. I would go back, though, if we had the amount of people there because of the cartel scares. That was fantastic. It was like Disney World in COVID. You know, you did whatever you wanted. There was no wait. That was terrific. I don't know what was up, though. The last day we were there, the pools were very filthy. Something happened with the water level, that the water level dropped about a foot in every pool. and the pool water wasn't reaching the filters anymore, it got really gross really fast overnight. So we alerted the staff and they said they're working on it. So I don't know if they like rotate the days the filters get worked on or something, but the last day we were there, the pool water was filthy as heck. But I don't know what that had to do with anything. Other than that, though, thanks for watching. It has been a couple years since we went to a property, so please check out my other videos if you have any other properties you're looking to check out in Mexico or the Dominican Republic. And if you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, share, and if you feel like it, donate so we can keep on going around these resorts and informing you so you know where to spend your hard-earned money and your hard-earned vacation time. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.